It has been 20 years. Does it feel like 20 years? And if you could go back, would you do it all again?
Well, I mean, your 20 years is very different to my 20 years. The 20 years that I've just experienced has sort of flown by, I think, since I stopped racing. But yeah, it is a different life ago, because I actually have gone on to do other things. And I make a point in the book of explaining why I didn't write a book after I stopped racing, and I got on with other things in life. And then you go around in a sort of circle, it seems. And now I'm back doing stuff with Formula One. So I thought it was a good time to do this book. I thought 20 years anniversary was a deadline. I thought if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So, and I didn't really feel like doing it 10 years ago. So I've got to the point now where I thought I had to do it. I put myself under pressure. Got a publisher, Pam Macmillan, and they've done a brilliant job of organising everything. And so now we're on the tour selling the book, and the interest is very good. It's been received very well.
And how are you enjoying the tour so far?
It's been very fantastic because I've met sort of small groups of people around the place who remember my racing and also my dad's racing. So I've met a lot of my dad's fans as well again. So they've got lots of happy memories and they want to just say thank you and say hello.
Now on to your dad. The book, having read it, is a very candid account of your personal life and your father especially, who tragically died in a plane crash when you were just 15 years old. How much of an influence was he on your career and on what you went on to achieve?
Well, that's what I tried to get to the bottom of in the book, and I don't really know whether you can actually conclusively come up with any answer at all. And the fact is, my dad was a very charismatic, successful person in motor racing, and anything I did in that arena was going to be compared to him. But at the bottom of it all was that you have to have a passion for doing speed sports. You have to have a passion for doing competition and motorsport, and I did have that, but I started off on bikes. But so I explained how I kind of eventually went on to pursue the same category of racing as my dad, and it's had it's had lots of ups and downs actually. It wasn't always plain sailing, and I was very, very fortunate to be in the right place at the right time, and then I had the ability to make it stick when it counted.
And what you explore in the book very well also is the motivation and the drive that the loss of your father gave you going into motor racing. Can you explain that a little bit?
That was a point where everything was frozen in time. We didn't really move forward as a family. We were shattered. We lost our leader and our breadwinner and our guide in life, and so we had to kind of go our own separate ways. It was easier for me. I was 16, 17, growing up, and so I had my whole life ahead of me. My mum clearly had lost her partner in life, and she was unable to find another partner, and she very much lived with this ghost of Graham Hill in the house. But I managed to get away from that and go off and do my own thing. So, but nevertheless, his influence on us was massive, and so he gave me all the clues. I mean, his example was very, very powerful, and he gave me encouragement that way. I think when I came into Formula One to have that gritty determination he was famous for, and stick-out ability, and also the way he went about his sport was important. He tried to be as fair as possible.
Also, you had the tragic incident of Ayrton Senna in '94 when he was your teammate. How difficult was that, not just for you and for racing drivers, but for motorsport as a whole?
It was massive. I mean, it was a tragic weekend. We lost two drivers in one weekend, and Roland Ratzberger and Ayrton, the great Ayrton Senna, and it shattered everyone and changed the sport. It changed the way they perceived. The whole sport perceived what its responsibility was to what it was doing, because it couldn't be seen to be irresponsible. So it had to bring in changes radically, and make changes to the way the cars protected the driver. And so the FIA were very, very quick to do something, and continued to bring in very, very very well thought out safety mods to the cars. And now the cars are incredibly safe. It'll never be 100% safe. There's just no way you can do it. But every area that can be looked at is looked at. So the sport changed massively from that. From my point of view, it threw me into the front line against Michael Schumacher in the championship in '94, and put me in the position of fighting for a world title, which I hadn't been or never envisaged ever doing before.
You lost in '94, as you say, by just a single point to Michael Schumacher. How much of a rival was there between you and Michael especially?
Well, he gained a reputation for being, let's say, the ruthless one, partly because of his us coming together in Adelaide. A lot of people felt that was jolly unfair, but it is what it is, and you know, that's he never changed his approach, and he was always very aggressive in his racing, and it produced results. I mean, he won 7 world titles, but at the time when I raced against him, first of all, he never won anything. So his first title was the '94 title, and then he went on to win 6 more, which so he was a pretty formidable competitor. And I look at how I tackled that, and you know, everybody had this problem of Michael Schumacher. It wasn't just me, but I did have 1 or 2 run-ins, to say the least, with him.
And does it feel now, 20 years on, looking back, having seen him go on to win 5 more, does your '96 triumph feel like more of an achievement?
I think my race against him in '94 in Suzuka, I definitely am the most proud of that race, because I think that was a fair and square battle between me and Michael, and I had to really dig deep to beat him. And but '96 he was in a less competitive Ferrari, and so I had an opportunity that I wouldn't have again. I didn't think I had a novice driver, a new driver in Jacques Villeneuve. So if I didn't win the championship in that year, then I really didn't deserve to win a championship. So I'm very glad that stuck.
A difficult question now, but one I've always wanted to ask someone like yourself. Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher in 2016 in the same car. Who's world champion and why?
Do you know, in today's, if they were both the same age, and that would be a fascinating and very difficult to predict race. They were both uncompromising drivers. They might not finish the race. I think it would be a pretty titanic battle.
You're not just a world champion, you're a 2-time winner of the prestigious BBC Sports Personality of the Year. In such an illustrious career that you've had, where do you rank those awards?
Oh, I mean, you can go out and achieve success for yourself and see how you compare, but you can't go out to be recognised for your achievements. And I think so when I've had recognition for my achievements, and absolutely it's something which has got. So it's very precious for a start, and it's very, very significant and meaningful, and something I don't think being proud of it is the right word to describe it, because I think it's something which I'm very grateful for, to get recognition in the way that I got recognition for those Sports Personality Awards, and you know, that's the pinnacle in our year, isn't it, in Great Britain, to get one of those.
Damon, thank you very much for talking to me. It's been a genuine pleasure, and I wish you the best of luck on the rest of your book tour, and I look forward to seeing you in Cheltenham next month.
And to you. Thank you very much.